So these are all different types of bronzer brushes, and I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about sizes, shapes, and how they differ in applications. So some of these have been discontinued. So this MAC has been discontinued, this Charlotte Tilbury has been discontinued, and this Tom Ford has been discontinued. That being said, this one, and this one can all be still purchased in a synthetic version. So they still have the brush, it's just not in goat hair. So this is a MAC, I think it's a 2, I can't even read it. I don't even use this. I got this many years ago when I first started bronzing to see if I even liked bronzing. And I hate this brush. This brush is so thin, you can't do anything with it. I mean, and it's so scratchy. So this is made out of undyed goat hair, but goat hair has levels on what is good goat hair and what's bad goat hair. So this is a very lower level goat hair, and MAC, I don't even think these were handmade. There's some talk that it was handmade at one point, but I can tell from this that this is machine made. And this isn't going to give you a very diffused bronzing look. This is, because it's so thin, it'll give you probably a nice chiseled cheek, but that's about all it's going to do. If you want to bronze it like a bronzer rather than a contour, this is probably not a good brush. But I just wanted to include it because I had it, and so you could see the difference. This is a domed bronzer brush. As you can see, it's round. And Charlotte Tilbury makes her brushes in Germany. And this part is handmade, but it's cut, so it's not very soft. And just like with this one, this is cut and this is cut, and it makes it for a very scratchy application. Do I like this brush? I do like this brush. If I want my bronzer to be very diffused and just to warm up my face and not really kind of chisel my cheeks out, then I'll go for this. So a lot of times I'll use this in the summertime, but because I have different bronzer brushes now, I really don't grab for this anymore, because I find that I like a more controlled brush, and this is not very controlled at all because it is so thick and it's scratchy. I mean, that's, I think, the biggest issue for me, is it's really scratchy, and this is dyed goat hair. And the difference between dyed goat hair and undyed goat hair is once you dye it, it actually destroys the follicle, and so it doesn't pick up pigment the way, like, say, this would, or this would, or this would, or this would. So moving along, this is the Chikuhodo Takumi's bronzer brush, and this has a really nice shape to it. The only thing that I don't like about it is this little part. It's really soft. It is handmade in Japan. It's undyed, uncut hair, and it's Sakuhodo hair, so it's really good hair. And then this is handmade maple. So this is an absolutely beautiful brush. This is $85, and this is $85. Buy this one. That's just, buy this one. This one's handmade in Japan. It's using Sakuhodo hair. It's got a beautiful maple. No. And then there's this for the same price. No. These are like, these two are like my bronzers of shame. And these are like the really nice ones. So I'm going to skip this one. I'm going to do this one last. So these two are made by the same company, which is Hakuhodo. So this is a Tom Ford bronzer brush. Unfortunately, this one is not made anymore. I have called Hakuhodo. I've bugged Hakuhodo so much to try and get them to remake this brush because I love this brush so much. It is very, very dense. It's extremely dense, and it gives such a nice all-over bronzer. If you want to cut your cheeks out, it's probably too big to do that, but it just gives a beautifully diffused bronze all over your face. I actually own 2 of these, and if I had known that they were going to discontinue them and put synthetic hair, I probably would have bought at least 2 more because I love them so much. So I knew this was made by Hakuhodo, so I called Hakuhodo and I said, what is your next best brush that's as similar to the Tom Ford one that is possible? And they said this one. So this is actually the S100 series. So this one is the S531. You can actually get this in the black wood, and it'll be a little bit cheaper, and you can get it in the black with the silver. So this comes in like 3 different grades. So this is like the highest grade. Nothing is different here at all. Nothing is different up here. It's here because this is 24 karat gold, and then this is vermilion. So you can get this with the black, and it's a little bit cheaper, and then you can get the silver ferrule with the black wooden handle, and it's considerably cheaper. God, I can't talk. But I like to be bougie, and I want the 24 karat gold with the vermilion because that's just how I am. So I went and I bought this one, and I love this brush so much. Do I love it more than this one? In a way I do, because this is so much smaller. If you take these 2 side by side, this is smaller. So this is a 40, I think this is 40 millimeters, and this is 45 millimeters. So this is just a little bit bigger, and then this one is angled. So this one will chisel your cheeks a little bit better than this one. So, but I love these 2 so much. These are like my pride and joys, and I love them. This one doesn't look like any shape from the other one. It's like that, remember that Sesame Street song? One of these things just doesn't belong here. Come on, can you guess which one? Well, this is the one. This is made by Sonia G. And either Sonia G makes her brushes either with Hakuhodo or Chikuhodo, and I don't know who. I have a feeling it's Chikuhodo. The more I've been looking at this brush compared to this brush set, it's very similar because this is lacquered, but this is lacquered maple, and this is maple. So I'm not quite sure who makes it, but this is based upon a Japanese writing tool. So this is so beautiful. I love this brush so much. It is dyed Sakuho hair, and I don't normally like dyed goat hair at all, but I'm going to give this one a pass. First of all, it's really soft, and second of all, the shape is so beautiful, and I really like this for more pigmented bronzers where, because I'm so fair, I have to watch out how I apply the bronzer, and this just does such a great job, and it gets in the area into my cheek that I just love. Some people use this for powdering. I don't know if I would use it for powdering or blush. I think it's too big to do that, but I love this for bronzing, and I actually want to get another one of these if they ever come back in stock. I think they said January, and they've been out of stock since July, and January is the next possible time that you could get them, and this is available at Beautylish. This is also 75, or this is 75, and then this is 85, and that's 85, and I don't know how much that is because I don't buy MAC brushes anymore. But this is so beautiful. Like, I can't stand how beautiful it is, and when I have it in my hand, it really does feel like you're doing, you know, beautiful calligraphy just all over your face. So I love these brushes so much. Well, I love these brushes so much. These are my brush of shame area. So I'm just gonna, they don't deserve to be with all these ones because these are nice. And the reason why I have this down is, one, I don't want to scratch the vermilion. Not that you could, but I hardly use this brush. And this is actually real marble. And also it's so dark, and these are dark, that when I filmed, this is like the third time I filmed this, you couldn't see details of the brushes very well. So that's why I have the Kleenex underneath, for those two reasons, so that you could see them a little better. But these are different types of bronzer brushes, and again, I would definitely, hands down, recommend these three. Well, this one is in synthetic only, but but maybe just these two I would recommend. And it's not that I don't like this brush. I mean, this brush is nice. It's not as soft as this one, and I don't know why, because it's both made out of Sakuhodo hair, so I don't understand why that is. And neither of them are cut. So they're both undyed, they're both cut, and I'm not quite sure why the Hakuhodo is softer than the Chikuhodo. But this is the only thing that aggravates me, is that it's a little it's a little too loose here. I wish it was just a little bit more dense, like this one, where this is really, really, really dense. So those are my bronzer brushes, and that is my recommendation for them. Thanks, have a great day, bye. So what I want to do is I want to show how each of the brushes works on the skin. There's that one. That's the MAC 135. And then this is the Charlotte Tilbury. And then this is the Chikuhodo Takumi series bronzer. This is the S series from Hakuhodo. And that gives you a good idea of how the bronzer is going to apply. And then this is the Tom Ford. And then this is the Sonia G.